Welcome back to the Stuff Films podcast with special guest Luke Rossi.
Number 12. Luke
Right,
Rossi.
right. I got sorry. We're back. Episode 4. STUFFCAST 4.
Yeah.
I thought this was 3.
With Luke.
Shut the fuck up, Luke. Jesus.
Core episodes before introducing me.
Luke, don't ruin it.
With Luke.
Sorry.
Say hello, Luke.
I'm clearly new around here.
Oh my
Hello.
god. Oh my god, that's so cool. You are such a darling.
Stupid American prick.
No.
Right, who's next up on the docket?
And Tyler. Say hello, Tyler.
I'm not racist.
Yes.
And I also enjoy the smell of my own farts when cupped, gently brushed through
Stop
the
it.
mint leaves.
Fucking hell, how's anyone meant to watch this? Like, listen to this.
Well, fuck you, man. Let me riff.
Joe, no one listens to this.
Yeah, we get.
We have fans. We have fans, okay?
No, we get all the fucking Russian bots being like,
Those are the fans.
brave.
Those are the fans.
Yeah, because they're all commenting Brave Hunter 85.
At least the Kremlin is a fan of our work. I find that immensely encouraging.
Yeah, the KGB's on the case.
Yo, what's
We're on a good track.
They heard that we didn't put Batman v Superman on top 10. And they're like, wow, Marvel bias.
what's good, Putin? How you doing?
Got supported by DC.
Buddha.
And Ben Sitton, obviously.
How could we do it without him?
Say hello, Ben.
Okay, computer.
Ha, okay.
Oh, stop talking about shit music and just get into the fucking topics.
Okay, Burger.
There's nothing. The Bens. I mean,
Zoe Burger.
oh, I forgot she existed.
She's got
I
babs.
did as well.
That's a throwback, man.
I thought Tyler was going to bring up the Joe Sugg thing that we talked about. last time.
No, we can't do that because then he'll threaten to box us.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't want to get boxed by Joe Sugg, even though I was scrapping.
He's like, what, 3'2"?
Yeah, pussy.
Cut him down a flight.
Yeah, he's also like 7 years old.
Well, he looks like it, doesn't he?
He's a big baby man. You know.
Where's this Joe? Are we on about Joe Sugg or Joe Weller?
No, Joe Weller's cool. Joe Weller's extra legitimate Buxton Army.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, why? What?
Alright, but no, we're a film and media podcast. Let's stop, okay? Let's have a look at what's coming up today. What's coming up today? Today we're gonna chat with Luke. Obviously, Luke, a long-time member of Stuff Films, one of the
The founding members.
I'm one of the founding fathers.
he's a founding father.
I've been reduced to a special guest, though.
Well, you know, come on regularly.
We'll see about that. We'll see.
As soon as you start making Kino, you know.
I wish there were still dinosaurs in that count.
Yeah,
My
but
one
like,
only claim to fame. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I haven't made as many Kinos as you were. So.
it's single Kino, okay?
It's single Kino in the same way Citizen Kane is.
Obviously, we're going to be talking about
yeah, but Ben, that's shit.
Little bit of controversy that 1917's picked up somehow.
Jeez, I don't know about this.
Yeah, cause it's like not very good or something. I think is what they're saying. It's just like 1 out of 10.
So, fucking hell, not an aneurysm. We're gonna be talking about farting in a cinema.
I'm really looking forward to that one. That one's more than my own.
That's Tyler's bag, though. So when we get to that bit, Tyler can take it.
Yes.
But let's start with
that.
Luke. Luke, how are
Hey,
you?
what's going on?
How are you?
Overloaded. I am so busy, just all the time.
Really? What are you doing?
Usually I'm making movies, dude. I'm following my dream. I'm doing what you're doing, but maybe a little worse. No, things here have been pretty cool. We're really kicking into some league territory. You know, we're making some films. Okay, well, we have to hand in our second video assignment, which is like a lighting and sound experiment. You know, artificial, natural lighting. All pretty simple stuff so far. But then again, I'm a simple man. What can I say?
So I thought you could elaborate.
He's a simple
That was
man.
my intro.
You don't need to elaborate.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
Fucking, I guess. So is that all? Is that all you've been up to then? You know. just
Oh,
been-
no.
have you been doing funnies?
Oh, not even that. Like, okay, I will say this. I don't want to give too much away, but I've got things in the works. I've got at least 2 video ideas I want to try and like get out before
Video?
June, I think.
I don't know what video is. I only know what.
Oh, sorry. Let me put it in a language you can understand. Kino.
Good.
There we go. Those ones are going to be a little more lighthearted. Hopefully funny. Hopefully. But I think where I've like floundered the most in uni has got to be like time management. As I'm sure you all know,
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
we're all shit at that. We're all terrible at time management.
I'm
and-
alright. I mean.
Fuck off. No, you're not.
Is Joe a
That's a
narcissist?
fucking
Confirmed.
no.
This is living proof of it. Okay.
Malignant
It's right there.
narcissist. Bruh.
To the Stuff Film Studios, your huge fucking ego's taking up all the room. I can't get in. Stuff Films HQ overloaded. Okay.
Overflowing.
Yeah, we're going for the BAFTA run next year, so.
But
We're gonna make a film about like cerebral palsy or something.
You making me giggle, boy.
like, I think I've just been shit at like organizing things. I've always struggled with like figuring out I'm gonna do this here, I'm gonna do this here at this time. I've always just been shit at time management, and so like being put in a situation where I have to do it regularly and where other people frequently rely on me, I have to rely on myself. I've dug like a trench for myself, you know?
Oh man.
Which I think trenches can be like used as shelters, you know? Ditches are like, I'm stuck in the mud, I can't get out. You know, I'm stuck in the mud and I can't get out.
So like,
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't
do you know how you're gonna fucking get out? You know.
I gotta help myself, man.
Yeah.
I had like 3 or 4 projects that we were all doing in January, and you know, I probably should have started them in like early December, polished them off mid-January, but I didn't do that.
What
And
were
so
you
like
doing
literally anything else, like
Partying.
I was at, you know, I was at the I Hate the Baby from Ice Age Facebook page. I was looking through their posts.
What the fuck? Do you really?
There's an actual page. Yeah, there's a page on Facebook that's called
No,
I Hate the Baby
no,
from Ice Age.
not what I asked. Not what I asked, Luke. Do you really? Do you really hate it?
Yeah, I fucking do.
You're a cunt.
Well,
You're a cunt. You're a dirty, dirty cunt.
they got some valid points. Every day they just post about why
Can't
they
be
hate
hating on the
Baby
baby
from
from
Ice Age.
one stage. That's just illegal.
Fuck!
You haven't seen his smug little face, bastard. But like, fucking train of thought. Fuck you guys, I hate you. I don't think I ever want to come back here again.
Oh, finally.
Anything like any funny stories? You know, any epic funnies?
Epic funnies indeed. So
Fucking hell.
like wild thing that happened with my neighbor upstairs. Now, yeah. So, yeah, there was someone who lived in the room above. There was someone who. Fucking, I can't even. Come on, Garrett. Stop my story.
Did they like fucking Team America fucking sex scene like fucking just bash it like through your fucking ceiling or some shit.
Joe, what goes on in your perverted
I
brain?
don't-
You sick bastard.
Listen, buddy. Okay. There was someone who lived above me who was like apparently a bit of a troublemaker, you know, like.
Oh right.
Like you.
Yeah.
How do you get
Worse.
troublemakers in a uni? I thought unis were meant to be like safe from fucking cretins.
No, they're really
No,
not.
uni's is where they reunite. Like they split off
Wow.
at sixth form and they come back together at uni.
Bloody hell!
Okay, so I would often leave my window open at night because it brings in a nice, gentle, cool breeze. Often they would do the same thing and smoke weed out their window. It would float down to my window,
fucking
and then
hell.
I'd fucking die. He allegedly set off the fire alarm twice, and one day, about 4 or 5 weeks into the year, I want to say about 5 police officers arrived at the flat with his arrest warrant.
Fucking hell, man.
Yeah.
Did you live
As
with
this was
Pablo
happening-
Escobar? Who are you living with?
Never even met this person.
He's
I'm-
smoking
every-
cannabis! Arrest him! Pretty sure most students in Britain would go to prison if,
That-
if
that-
the
that's
police
not
did
what-
busts.
They fucking should. 'Cause
That's
they're
not what he
clearly
was
they're
arrested
clearly
for.
mons. It's fucking stupid.
Oh, can we fucking not get Joe on this?
And he, as the police were at his flat, he was sending some text messages to one of his neighbors, saying something like, "I am working in the library. I did nothing wrong."
That's
To
a,
my no-
that's a Cluedo level anecdote. That's like, yeah, it wasn't me. It wasn't me in the study with the wrench. I'm in the library. Please don't come for me.
Yeah, it was Jeff Dunn, the lead pipe.
Good lord.
Still there to this day because we have never seen him again. He is just like vanished completely.
He died.
Yeah, he died in jail.
He did.
Oh,
I've heard that he was arrested for alleged rape allegations.
Brilliant.
Oh no.
Not really my thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not, is it, Luke?
not
I'm
really.
good to hear.
Our thing.
No, yeah. Well, that's reassuring.
Yeah.
That, I mean,
Yeah. Someone else moved in.
why can't people just function properly and get on with their fucking bullshit?
Just not rape. I don't get it.
But it's so hard to not do that.
It's so hard to not do drugs, guys.
Welcome to STUFFCAST,
My
our
primal
film
animalistic
podcast.
instincts.
The
Yeah.
topics discussed so far are
Oh.
Luke's criminal flatmate and rape.
Not flatmate.
Welcome to our entertaining film podcast.
Oh, whoa, I wouldn't call it entertaining.
It's groundbreaking.
Yeah, honestly, it's life changing.
Jeez, wow. Looks like we got a couple of critics in the audience tonight.
Tough crowd.
We got a heckler.
Would you call Apocalypse Now entertaining?
Yes,
Yeah.
immensely.
Yeah.
No, it's life changing.
Yeah.
It's a horrible experience that you put yourself through, and at the end of it, you go, "That was alright."
No,
And then,
Why?
Sucker Punch is a horrible experience.
and then,
It's no one's
Now is a
funny.
joy.
and then you just sort of rate it 3.5 on Letterboxd. Yeah, so whatever.
What, Apocalypse Now 3.5?
Yeah, I've seen people rate it 3.5.
Yeah,
I've seen
people,
things.
people do because they're like the pacing's wrong. So actually, it's not.
Actually, your tiny feeble
It's not
brain-
paced like Doctor Strange. How am I supposed to know how it goes?
There was no Beyonce jokes.
Beyonce didn't get to have her signature
There's like the fucking like proto like epic guys who are like, to be honest, I've seen a lot of films better than and more obscure than Apocalypse Now, and obviously just detracts from that stuff. So
Fuck you.
it's comparatively just not as good. It's a very basic film.
If you think that, fuck you.
Curious to know.
Yeah,
I'm so
Apocalypse
curious
Now's
to know.
great.
Have you met
you-
people like
have you
this
seen
in real life?
Apocalypse Now?
I've seen it.
I've seen it.
I've seen it.
Luke, have you seen Apocalypse Now?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I've seen it. Of course I've seen it.
Good.
I said it before and you're listening, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but Luke, the real question is, have you seen Barnyard?
Luke's definitely watched Barnyard. Luke has definitely watched Barnyard. Like, that's a surety.
I think that's to be expected from me. Like,
Totally righteous.
In your film studies class, do you like study like Barnyard?
yes.
Ah, nice.
Thanks for clarifying.
I actually feel like I've missed out now. To be fair,
Yeah.
I'm missing out. I'm regretting.
I dropped 30 grand on Barnyard.
I would also drop 30 grand on Barnyard. And
Yeah, I definitely would. Yeah. Oh, you like Casablanca? You like Casablanca? Name it.
I heard you like Citizen Kane. What's his first name?
Citizen. God damn it!
John Citizen.
Mr. President Citizen.
Damn. How's everyone's week been then? Like, I guess just in general, like since last podcast. How's what have we done? You know what's
Flossing.
okay. I feel that. Wait, oh Ben, where did you go for your interview today? What?
Oh, I went to UCA Farnham.
Farnham.
Yar, Farnham.
Did it go well?
All right.
Yeah, it went really well. I'm pretty sure they were like, yeah, you're on course. So that's interesting.
That's good.
No, it was an interesting day. Nice to I met a lot of fellow film Kino people who were also attempting to be Kino.
Did they have like coloured hair?
Only a couple of them.
That's a shocker.
It was, yeah, no, I saw a lot of coloured hair people around the campus, but for
Yeah.
film production specifically, there was only one or two.
You can tell who they voted
That's
for
really
by the
impressive,
colour of their hair.
They voted for the hair colouring party,
They voted for Hairspray the musical.
which is a solid film. I will not have any slander against Hairspray
Stop,
in
Ben.
this podcast. John Travolta was tour de force. He was immense. I'm having none of that.
Hey Joe, how?
So he's also in Limp Bizkit film with Limp Bizkit.
And he was immense in that also. Thank you.
He was immense.
Hey Joe, how was your week?
Pretty fucking weird.
Why?
Funeral,
Why?
and then
Oh shit.
I didn't sleep for like many. I've been nocturnal for like the last week. I'm currently sitting on, what is it, 10 now? Like, oh shit.
Oh, actually, it's 9:56. But what do I know?
Literally, like, whatever, man. I'm rounding right now. What's that? See, I can't do this kind of bullshit, like fucking dumb maths and stuff. It's gay, you know. I mean, I can do it in the right frame of mind, but I'm not.
You've always had that mentality. For as long as I've known you, you've never given a shit about maths.
Yeah,
Who does?
Just-
Like, let's be honest.
it's
Does anyone?
GCSE students?
It's fucking banal.
Actually, no. That's
It's
bullshit.
ridiculous. It's so stupid. It is silly. Anyway,
Boy, have calculator on my phone.
one. I count on my fingers. 1, 2. Oh god.
Oh, I've only got 2 fingers.
5. Are you making these count?
9, 10, 11.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3,
Fucking
4,
God.
5, 6.
Oh my god. Okay, look, it's like
Joe's been awake for a while.
yeah, like a long time. I'm doing.
That's not my problem.
I'm really trying to do stuff. 6.
Are you having terrors from this bus scene in Prisoner of Azkaban yet? Because that happens to me when I'm
Hang
sleeping.
on, look, you guys.
What, the night bus?
Yeah, the severed head.
you have a conversation.
Take it away.
Let me do the math. Right, hold on, so-
By the way, has anyone realised that
20.
the BAFTAs and the Oscars are the same night?
Are they
They're
actually?
not.
Yeah, they are. According,
Fucking
well,
god, why?
well, obviously not at the same time. The BAFTAs will be like 8 o'clock, and then the
Oh
Oscars
shit! Are we
will be
gonna do a
1 in the
double
morning.
hitter?
We're
Are
gonna
we
have to do a double hitter.
That's insane.
Hang on, when are the BAFTAs? Because it literally just said February 10th, which is or February 9th when the
4 p.m.
Oscars are. Yeah.
5 p.m. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 27. Yeah.
Oh wait, no, hang on. When are the 20?
I've been awake for about 31 hours. I guess Tyler has too. I don't know.
What time did you wake up Tuesday?
3.
I've been awake 34 hours then.
Jesus.
Why?
Death
I
is
can't-
imminent.
I can't sleep.
You make bad decisions. I'm outing you.
I don't know.
I'm
If I,
calling
do,
you out.
I don't know if I do make bad decisions. I don't know if I've ever made a bad decision.
I've seen you. I've seen your kind. I know what you're like. Need I say more?
Right,
Public announcement: the BAFTAs are on the 2nd of February. My mistake. A week.
Hey. All right, let's move on.
Wow,
Let's move
Ben
on.
Satan is so unreliable.
Do you know what? Okay,
Fucking hell.
fair enough.
Let's move on to
Film.
1917's recent controversy raised by a man called Lawrence Fox, who, as far as I know, is totally irrelevant.
Yeah, agreed.
Um,
Let's move on to Casino Royale.
Hang on. Let's just talk about this.
He's irrelevant.
This man has said 1917 was frustrating, and distracting for having a Sikh soldier among the British soldiers. As if you could actually be 41 years old, right, and not fucking know
And racist.
about. It's not racist.
It's definitely coming from a place of racism because
I know.
there's
you
no.
can't define that.
Well, okay. Well, let's look at it in one way. Why else would he object to a Sikh person being in a British war
Because
film?
he sees it as forced diversity, which I understand that feeling.
There is a
It's
blurred
not racist.
line there.
You're jumping to quite a grand conclusion there. It's a very heavy thing to throw around.
I will accept.
a racist.
I will accept that, but I think there is also a very blurred line between having an opinion on forced diversity and then actually being racist. There is an overlap there. Not for everyone, but it is a factor. And I mean, these people who bitch and whinge, oh, there's Sikhs in 1917, or it's ruining the movies. It's like, well, the fact that they would highlight that as their sole point of focus in this amazing war film raises a few eyebrows. If you're the kind of person that goes and watches 1917 and that is what you took away from it, you got some issues, dude. You got some issues. Look inside yourself, man.
I mean,
All I'd say.
It reminds me a lot of that one Paul Joseph Watson video where he was like, in a video depicting a modern British family in the Roman era. You know, and it's just like.
Yeah.
He goes into like these like whole Twitter wars with like this substitute teacher. And he's just like, I got owned on Twitter, you know.
Yeah.
yeah,
He
basically,
recommends.
Well, basically, he's just factually incorrect, and this is where I mean, if it was literally just like, oh, he's there because and then they made a point of it, like, look at this person, you put it on a pedestal. Oh, look at our inclusive cast. That is annoying, but that is not what happened in this. It's literally just what happened in history, and that's where I stand on it. If it had been not a historically locked in thing, then I would probably be more leaning to the side of, do you need to make a point of it? But they didn't even really make a point of it, to be honest. It was you just kind of there.
Yeah, he's just in the background, and I read the exact figures. I can't remember, but it was something like 700,000 Sikh people served in the British Army, or something.
Yeah, the Gurkhas are still, well, they're still an active. I don't think they're specifically like Sikh or from sort of. I believe a lot of them were from like Nepal. They had the kukri as their signature. The original lot were from Nepal, I think. But as the sort of empire grew, I think they kind of grouped in. I don't know if they still. I don't think they're allowed to regiment people by their ethnic background.
No, not anymore.
It's still like a thing. So it's just insane. It's quite ironic though, because a lot of people would be like, this is a stain. I've seen a few people who are clearly coming from a place of racism, being like, this is a stain on British history. It's like, if you knew anything about British history, then you wouldn't be fucking bitching about this, because literally, what the Commonwealth the British Empire was essentially the unification of many countries, and that's what happened in the Great War. They all came.
You should also probably see the First World War as the biggest stain on British history, because it was the biggest waste of time for most European nations. And there was no point beyond political piss points. So that's probably an objection they should raise. But no, it's the
I don't think Lawrence Fox has come from a place of racism. I think a lot of people have used it as a platform to come from a place of racism. I think there are people, obviously, always on Twitter that are just idiots. Both sides. Fucking, there are some retards on fucking both sides. But this particular instance is just, again, it's just, whenever the sides come out, they never come out at the same time. It's always one or the other. Yeah. And then that's where you get sort of the divide. It's like either extreme nutty lefties or just like, Baz, fully supports Millwall.
He's got his bloody sunglasses on.
Yeah, and he hangs his like England flag out of his window.
And it's like you also happen to only see like the reactions from the crazies too. It's like you never you don't see like rational opinions on the matter as often. They're not like the forefront of the argument, Yeah. It's the crazies.
It is vocal minority. Joe's completely right.
But yeah, I don't know if Tyler has any thoughts on it because he's gone a bit quiet.
I've not seen anything about it, so as far as I know, you guys have just made it all up.
Yeah, this is a conspiracy.
Tyler, now that you've saved your breath, would we like to segue into your subject?
Please, I beg of you, I need this.
Right. So, obviously I didn't sleep last night, so I was just on my phone watching YouTube videos, going through like just the most cursed shit. Watching KSI videos, watched all of Cartoon Beatbox battles. Yeah, just sort of. I didn't watch Vanos Gaming because I'm not.
Watching a couple of Yo Mamas.
I did watch a little bit of Yo Mama, but I didn't watch Vanos Gaming because I'm not queer.
When she allowed that big chungus, her ribs fell out.
And then I
Yo Mama's so stinky. She's watching the stuff on podcast. She started laughing along to Tyler. Anyway, carry on.
Yo, Mama. Oh man, that's so funny. Sorry, Tyler, carry on.
Oh no, I thought I'd waste some of your time as well.
Oh, Paul, don't piss your pants. Don't piss your pants.
We're past pissing pants. We're shitting pants at this point.
Well, Luke, fucking for definite.
Luke, have you shit your pants recently?
Define recently.
So that's a yes. That's a yes.
Last week.
Proud to report that in the last week I have not shit myself.
Last 2 weeks.
Past month.
Oh shit.
Oh, come on, man.
Not that I know of. I can't go back that far. I'm almost certain I must have at least 3 months ago. Even then, it was probably like a skid mark or something. It probably wasn't like full on dump, like unloading.
So you haven't ripped us too hard since last time, then?
Like pulled hard,
Right. All right.
I've been playing it safe.
Speaking of ripping ass, Tyler, sorry, would you like to continue on with your...
I don't remember exactly how I stumbled onto it. I think it might have just been on my recommended. It's most things I come across do. It's like the Son Amy video just sort of showed up one day, and it's been haunting me since. It's a video of two guys who I think are Australian. And what they do is they go to watch movies, right? And it came out in 2011, so it's like almost 10 years old now.
Of course.
They record the film on their phone, and whenever the theatre goes quiet, either at the end of a trailer or during the movie, they'll sit there and they'll rip their fucking ass and laugh to themselves about it. So
compilation, man.
So yeah, it's like it's a 7-minute long compilation of these two Aussie guys ripping their asses in a quiet theatre, and it's like the trailer will be like, coming this Thursday, 2012, whatever, and then just hear and it's always so awkward because no one else in the theatre reacts. There's one clip where there's a guy sat in front of him and he fucking unloads himself into his own britches. He must have like touched cloth with that one.
Oh, is that the one where they're like, oh my god, they actually sound shocked?
Yeah, they do it and they go, oh my god, and then the guy in front of him turns around and looks at him.
Oh my god.
And I saw this fucking video and I watched a little bit of it and I'm like, this is really funny, I'll send it to the group chat. So I do, and Joe's like, fuck off. And he watches like the first 10 minutes of it. I watch all of it crying to myself. And then in class today, I just sort of played it out loud.
Yeah, it was fucking sick. It's so cool.
It was a weird bonding moment because people that we usually wouldn't talk to that much laughed along.
Even they were interested in farting in this
competition.
It's from 2011, man. It's 9 years old.
Fart humor. It's not only timeless, but it's also
a classic.
Universal. It's universal.
They're watching fucking Pool. They're watching the end of Pool, and the ship flies off, and it goes quiet, and they go, "Razzed, mate."
How long is this compilation?
7 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah.
7 minutes.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's like 6 seconds off, I think.
That's insane.
Fucking. They must have watched every movie that came out that entire year and just like shit themselves every time.
That's like a new genre. That's like a new genre of like YouTube content.
Sometimes it's like there'll be clips and it's from the same movie 4 or 5 times in the fucking thing. It's like, are you guys okay? What have you been smoking? Does weed make you fart lots?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Some experiments, a couple tests.
I don't fucking. But it's really funny, and I want there to be more. But it came out in 2011, and the only other ones aren't funny because they're not Australian.
Alright.
Do you think we could tap into that market?
No. Because
Can we tap into the fart market?
Sacred.
Luke, you'd shit.
I think it's on the rise.
Luke could shit himself.
Listen,
I'd scream laugh every time.
You know what I'm capable of. You've seen the damage.
Yeah, I wish I fucking haven't though, Luke. I wish I haven't. I wish I hadn't seen your brown stained white breeches.
Jesus, man.
I
hate you. I fucking hate you. You shat holes into underwear.
If I was there with them, I would have kept the channel going for at least another 6 months. If I was like in their circle of friends doing that.
Oh, and there's 2 videos on their channel, and one of them is the farting compilation. The other one is just like a video of them just watching a movie, and then they fart one point in it, and then they laugh to themselves, and they just keep watching it.
I could have made it 14 minutes long for this.
We basically had in a sense you could call it a fart joker, couldn't you? Like a video joker. For Ugandan.
Like VJME.
Yeah, VJME, but it's FJME, fart joker.
So every time like the film kind of gets boring,
he just farts.
Yeah, just farts.
I think that's genius.
Mystery fart theatre.
Yeah, Mystery's Fart Theatre 3000.
Brilliant.
Have loads of silhouetted asses.
We basically had a running fart during when we saw Endgame, didn't we, Joe? Except it wasn't a fart; it was just a person speaking, but it felt like a fart.
Yes.
Felt like.
Can we please tell the Endgame story? Even though Endgame's like old news,
Yeah,
okay, it's so funny.
We've all seen Avengers punch them up. People beat each other up for 3 hours.
It's like Infinity War, but it's come out the microwave and you've left it to stand for too long.
Yeah, it's too long. Anyway, we saw it in a very packed theatre on, I believe, the opening day, and so packed. And there were these people behind us. They were probably a couple of years younger than us, so sort of, you know.
They were
probably
they were like year 10 year 11.
Yeah, year 10 to year 11s, and every time there was a Marvel like wow moment, you know, like Captain America does a
Like,
thing.
yeah, he's
or
appeared
whatever,
on
yeah.
screen. No, it was
Yeah.
literally as simple as a character appearing in the film.
Yeah, and they will be like, "Oh my days! Oh my days, man! Oh, it's oh my days! Oh man!" Thanos would show his nutsack face, and the guy would be like, "Oh my days, man! Oh man! Oh man!" And it just constant for 3 hours. It was constant.
Now imagine that, but for a different movie.
A lot of those moments. That film is like. There's a lot of like wow.
Imagine that, but for Ad Astra every time they narrate.
No, fucking. No, I was thinking Arctic Dogs every time the cold brew hits.
When that cold wood.
Yeah, no, I mean, the bit I distinctly remember was when Captain America got like the hammer.
Yeah, no, I
and
remember
it went
that.
into his hand, and the Captain America caught it, and he just goes. I just remember going, "Let's go, Captain America, let's go."
Yeah, let's go, man! Let's go!
So funny. And then like when Hulk was like beating people up, he was like, "Yo, Hulk's fucking smashing him, man!" Like he's like talking to his mates next to him, and his mates were like, "Yeah, like that." It's so funny.
Yeah, get him!
There was just like this. I remember like just occasionally turning around, like just seeing their periphery. I know that Tom was doing like full body turns just to look at them, doing the whole like, "Can you go shop?" like body not actually saying it.
You know what that's like? That's like that meme where it was like the guy who was like, "Oh, I've seen Into the Spider-Verse 5 times in the cinema. Now I just go in to watch other kids watch it." And he was like, "I was watching this this black family, and I was looking at the kid, and he was like, and the kid had a big smile on his face, and I was smiling too. And then someone like drew it underneath, like an image of him, and the parents are like all concerned. And it's just this creepy white dude perving on your kid while you're watching a film. It's such an uncomfortable image. Oh, I go to the cinema to watch other kids.
I fucking things that I hate. That is the worst aspect. Is it the sort of more American way of viewing films is bleeding into England because people are getting more like fucking.
Yeah, fuck off, Luke.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's fucking crazy.
Stop picking on me.
It's like it's just the whole like because obviously like people cheer like when like the film title comes on.
Oh fuck! Just fuck off with that shit.
America and Canada and shit. It's
Yeah.
like what the fuck? It's so funny. I kind of like it for like the novelty of it, but when you're actually trying to watch a film, it's pretty fucking nuts.
The group.
Remember when watching The Force Awakens here for the first time? I'm almost certain people cheered for the title cards when it came up.
I had a similar effect for when I saw Spotlight in the cinema. Actually,
Oh,
people cheered when that title came up. They're like, "Yeah, get 'em, Catholics, get 'em! Oh, he's smashing them kids up."
And then X comes out on screen and goes, "Moonlight."
Yeah, and then Moonlight wins the Oscar next year.
Yeah, he predicted the Best Picture winners. It's incredible.
It literally went Spotlight Moonlight, didn't it?
Spotlight Moonlight. It's kind of funny.
Fuck off.
One Best Picture, didn't it?
Yeah, Spotlight one.
Yeah, it literally went Spotlight Moonlight consecutively.
It's funny.
That's
Even though
fucking
it
funny.
Wasn't the song released afterwards though? So he's not a prophet.
Yeah, no, but like it's obviously not based on those two, is it? Really?
Yeah, he obviously went back in time.
Are you saying X isn't a prophet?
He,
What do you mean he went back in? He went online.
No. That's what I'm saying. Is he's so woke. Instead of just looking it up, he went back in time, learned the information, then came back to present time, and was like, "Guys, Spotlight, Moonlight out." I was like, that's incredible.
To be fair, there's a banger.
Spotlight door, Moonlight door.
Go on then, Joe. What's next on the docket?
I'm just gonna read a few headlines out. Some exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Excellent.
One
Cool.
of the Pythons, Terry Jones has died.
Oh, very exciting. Very exciting.
That's not
Oh, that was
exciting
today,
at all.
wasn't it?
Yeah, probably should have gone in with that one. That was.
Yeah, that was too hard, bro. Too soon.
Anyway,
Hit us,
he is dead.
hit us with something lighthearted next.
Rest in peace, Terry Jones. We love
Yes,
you.
he's cool.
We all love you. He's epic.
Alright,
Disney Plus launches in the UK on the 24th of March.
Won't be getting it.
I don't care in the slightest.
Free trial.
You don't care.
I will only get it for like
No,
Star
no,
Wars.
no. Guys. Okay, Tyler, make sure to cut this bit out. The Disney invoice came in today. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so
How many zeros?
I can't. 8. Now,
Okay, I'm definitely getting Disney
we're
Plus.
really excited for Disney Plus.
I just heard that the new Clone Wars animated series is exclusive to Disney Plus. I'm definitely signing up now. They've got my vote.
That trailer came out today, didn't it?
Yeah.
Guys, Darth Maul's in it.
Probably gonna pirate it.
Do you want to know a good way to actually watch it?
Piracy.
What you do is you download uTorrent and a VPN, and you go on Pirate Bay.
I can't download a VPN because it bans me from all Jedi Knight Academy servers because they don't like VPNs. So I'm weighing up my options here.
Oh, guys, my religion is Jedi.
Disney told me I wouldn't be a true Jedi if I
True Jedi.
if I didn't buy Disney Plus. I have to now.
Okay, for serious though, these next few are very exciting. Okay. Bad Boys for Life tops the US box office. Come on! 3 claps.
Deserved.
Everyone clap. Everyone clap.
Yay, everybody.
Well done, Bad Boys for Life. Bad Boys 4 in the works.
No, I swear that was Bad Boys 4.
Yay, everybody.
No, that's Bad Boys 3. Bad Boys 4. There's a sequel to Bad Boys for Life in the works already.
Why would they not make Bad Boys 4 Bad Boys 4 Life? It's in the title. They kind of cocked that one up, haven't they?
Because they're dumb, because they literally missed that. That's funny.
It literally could have been like Bad Boys Freedom. Freedom. Like it literally could have been.
We move on. Before we take our 5 and then move on to our feature discussion, I would like to add genuinely 2 really exciting things. Okay. Both of them Netflix related because Netflix has killed it in 2019 and it's going to continue to kill it in 2020. David Lynch has a brand new short film on Netflix.
Yes.
About a small monkey.
A murderous small monkey.
But this is the big one. Are you ready for this?
No, hang on. The monkey speaks.
He does.
He does speak.
I don't know if you guys are ready for this next one.
Big Chungus movie, Big Chungus movie, Big Chungus movie.
Unfortunately, the Big Chungus movie, I'm still writing it. However, I've got quite a good interest from Amazon and Netflix. So.
Oh, what? Amazon? Oh, wow.
Hey, Amazon produced Suspiria.
Yes.
So we couldn't get a good one then, could we?
No, seriously, right.
Don't talk shit.
Get this.
Big Chungus the movie. Big Chungus the movie.
Netflix UK will be receiving
Oh, Dunkirk.
Ghibli films.
Studio Ghibli catalogue.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We're getting Dunkirk as well.
Very
We're getting-
exciting.
We're getting the dunks. Fucking, that's kind of crazy.
That is definitely a massive dub.
It's a huge dub. It all 21 films, February 1st.
That's immense.
It's just happening. It's just,
Is that for
Yeah,
UK as well? Is that for us or is that just US?
No,
UK.
that's UK.
Oh, it
Yeah.
is actually us. Nice.
Netflix UK is OP because you know they don't have Always Sunny in America on Netflix.
Yeah, because you have to go through FX, don't you?
It's very ironic.
We get all the good shit.
Isn't it ironic?
That's so lame.
Netflix in America is just fucking The Office.
On your wedding day.
And Friends.
Oh,
Both are better.
well, I'm out.
Hello.
What do you think of Billie Eilish doing the new Bond thing?
I'm gonna wait to
Shit.
hear it.
Bad.
With an open mind.
All right,
With an
fair
open
enough.
mind.
We'll talk about it when it drops then.
Yeah, you know, it could be like a surprise Adele, or it could be like a Sam Smith. It could be literally either.
I hate you, Billy.
To be honest, I do not get the appeal of Billy Boy over there. I just don't get it.
It's a hot take, Luke.
I don't like her. I just don't like her.
I don't like it.
Okay, boys.
She has weird hair, and that's all.
To be fair, if the
We
Bond
are here.
is
We are queer.
I could, considering the rest of the, as long as the rest of the film's good, Bond song doesn't matter. Bond song is a tone setter rather than an actual indication of whether the film is.
Yeah, Sam Smith did a good job in just making it just.
Yeah, terrible.
Right.
I'm bored within 3 minutes.
Tyler, how far are we in the recording?
Probably like 40 minutes, something. I don't know, man. 40 minutes.
Okay, cool. That's good.
Yeah,
Alright,
Brilliant.
because we chatted shit for like 10 minutes beforehand.
we did.
I just didn't,
Hey!
I didn't bother stopping. Hey!
Kino Royale.
Let's talk about Casino Royale as our featured discussion.
If we have to.
It's my favourite Jason Bourne film.
Okay, well,
It's my favourite Jason Sudeikis movie.
see where you're incorrect there, because it just is better than all of them. Because Jason Bourne films are kind of boring. Jason Bourne.
Wow.
Jason.
Wow.
That's just because you don't like Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I do like Matt Damon.
Oh yeah. Name all of them.
Downsizing.
Suburbicon.
Suburbicon is a weird film.
Yeah.
A weird fucking film. That was an Amazon production.
But that's not James Bond, so let's not talk about that.
Suburbicon is an Amazon production.
Oh my
and it's
god! Oh
on
my
Netflix
god!
right now.
Oh my god!
Is it an Amazon production?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
That's insane.
What's wrong, Tyler? Why are you shouting?
You started off talking about James Bond, Casino Royale, the actual subject, and here you are spinning off into fucking Suburbicon as if anyone gives a shit about that.
Hey, we did the American.
It's a conversation.
The Conversation with Gene Hackman. That's a good film.
Good God.
Sucks. I don't want to be here anymore.
So, where do we start with Casino Royale?
Oh no, probably with fucking Suburbicon. How about that?
Oh my God, Tyler, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm not even joking anymore. It's fucking annoying. Shut up.
Let's go from the Bond song. What does everyone think of the song?
Bond song.
The Bond song for Casino Royale.
It's such a bruv moment. It is.
I strangely find it, like when I watch the film, I like the song, but I can never remember the song.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
Yeah.
that is impressive. Not as impressive as it could have been, but it's a solid song to start the movie off. Obviously, it comes after that amazing opening scene. Perfect tone setter for Bond, and not only the suaveness of Bond, but like this new gritty iteration of him. Where he's in this fucking bathroom and he's just wailing on this dude. It's a great opening scene, I think, for a Bond film.
Yeah. It's in black and white as well, so it's crazy.
Yeah, it's very Kino.
Yeah, I mean, it is just. I think the song's something of its time, because obviously the vocalist from grunge band Soundgarden is the one who performs it. I think it's a good. Again, what you said earlier about tone setting, it sets the tone for the film, right?
Yes.
It is. This is the quintessential benchmark of like the decade of the 2000s. This is the benchmark action film in terms of opening the door to sort of this new wave of
Apparently,
action.
apart from Bourne, but we won't go.
Yeah, but they're kind of shit. So
No, Casino Royale is an excellent film. Also, I'd like to point out what a comeback story, a rags to riches to rags to riches. The director of Casino Royale is the same director of GoldenEye.
really,
So they brought him back, and he was able to adapt to a modern, grittier style Bond with a lot more maturity, I think. And I think that is a credit to Martin Campbell.
I didn't know
his
I
ability.
didn't know he did both. That's crazy.
Yeah, he did both. That's crazy.
Because GoldenEye is exceptionally camp.
Yeah, no, GoldenEye's like that camp era of Bond. It's kind of seeing out the Roger Moore, Pierce Brosnan kind of. Oh, he's a bit fun. He's a bit tongue-in-cheek. And then Casino Royale's like this, like, boom, he kills terrorists. He tracks down international criminals committing fraud. Mads Mikkelsen, you better run. So yeah, it's a fantastic shift of tone, but from the same director. So excellent directing.
Look, what did you think of it? First impression.
I'll be honest. I really liked it. I really had a great time watching this. This is coming from the guy who has only ever seen 2 James Bond films beforehand. I've only ever seen Skyfall and Spectre.
Oh, they're the only 2.
And
Still more than me.
but I think considering this was Daniel Craig's like first James Bond movie, and like this is like the reboot essentially
Yeah.
for James Bond, I think it's like a really great introduction for just the franchise in general, I think. and it's got like a really promising direction for where the series is gonna go. You know,
I like how it sustains the camp elements of the sort of previous Bond films. Though at points where like he's doing the poker game with that guy, and the guy bets his fucking car, and it's like, oh yeah, his car is just the Aston Martin DB5. But like,
I think it's
got that like that convenience, but it's not so annoying.
Yeah. I wouldn't say quite camp, but I'd say it's well humoured. It's a self-aware film.
Yeah. I think at points it borders on camp, but somehow it works in a way that isn't camp, like the fact that Le Chiffre literally cries blood.
I'll give you
Which is so fucking cool.
2 instances of potentially camp. I'll give you the crying blood, which is epic, or where he has minor spoiler that we will get into it later. The scene where he's obviously got to do something with his heart, and like, his car turns into like the Incredibles car, and it just has like all this gear, and it's like, okay, I love it though. I have no issue, but it is borderline like old Bond. It's like, oh, this is an exploding pen.
The man has to restart his own heart.
Yeah, kind of.
The film never struck me as being overly camp. I think there were definitely like camp elements, but never like. I would never look at this film and say, "That's just a silly James Bond movie." I think, as you were saying before, then, like, the restarting his heart on his own thing, that definitely comes across as maybe being a bit silly.
Yeah.
But like, but I mean, totally as a whole, it's really, I think.
Yeah, a lot of the things that does to show you that it is not going to be just another Bond film in terms of just changing the series is sort of the subversion in it. In like, you get all the classic Bond moments where it's like vodka martini, it's like shaken or stirred, and you're like, I don't care.
No, yeah,
that's good.
And then there's also obviously he actually has feelings for the Bond girl.
But is she the Bond girl? Because the Bond girl is that literally 5-minute wench who comes in.
Yeah.
And
but
then
that's again. It's just like another layer. It didn't need to have, but it does escalate things. It gives the film such intense stakes. Which I really love.
The chemistry and subsequent relationship between Daniel Craig and Eva Green is my favourite part of the entire film because it works so well, and I think apart from Skyfall between M and Bond, throughout the Bond series you never really see that level of relationship because all the ones that came before, the Connerys and the Moores and the Brosnans, they're all kind of like, he shoots people, yeah, he's cool. But then these were the first Bonds to introduce that kind of emotional vulnerability in Bond, which I really like.
Yeah, the fact he is a fucking psychopath.
Yeah, he's nuts. He's off his rocker.
Oh yeah.
He's a total fucking insane person.
I'm thinking, oh man, he's the real life Pickle Rick. He's going through all these steps. He's doing the whole thing. I basically compared him to Pickle Rick. I did.
Mads Mikkelsen as the Bond villain. Thoughts? What do we think?
Le Chiffre. I think Le Chiffre is a Bond villain that people sleep on. 100%. Because it's about, for me, it's that Bond villain's about all the subtleties, not because obviously everyone remembers the Bond villains for being like big, like obviously there's Jaws, he's just this giant man with fucking metal teeth.
Yeah, Goldfinger, Blumfeld, stuff like that.
It's like everyone remembers them because they have like very distinct things, and again that falls into the campy thing, and obviously the Chief's got his sort of the scar and the crying blood and stuff, but I think that because he doesn't really ever have that moment of like, oh, you'll never catch me, James Bond, that kind of bit, he doesn't have the turning around on the chair, stroking the cat kind of stuff,
Yeah.
But I feel like The Scar Across the Eye was in a way playing.
Yeah, it does play into that.
I don't think he's in it enough.
Yeah, I would say so. I think he does. He wins his moment, obviously, where he just whips man's balls.
But then he gets that moment thefted from him by Daniel Craig cry laughing you're gonna die while scratching my bollocks, which is probably the best piece of Bond dialogue ever.
It's just, I don't know. It's just so fucking cool. He literally just takes being whipped in the balls like a champ.
It is genuinely cool. And
It's
I
fucking
think
funny.
It's brilliant. It's probably one of the best moments in the film.
Yeah, it's a horrible fucking. It's so uncomfortable to watch, as well, because like you can't imagine. You can't imagine that level of pain.
As someone who doesn't have balls, it's not that intense, but it is very fun.
No, as someone who has his balls repeatedly smacked regularly, I can imagine what he's going through.
Like a whip.
Yeah.
So, big
like
old rope. It's a rope knot. That
Like-
just stings.
like a leather wrecking ball on a rope. I know what it's
Horrid.
like.
Oh my god, it's like whoever fucking, it's just diabolical. That is diabolical. I quite like the sort of turn that it has on sort of the diabolical Bond villain thing. Like diabolical is actually, if you were to ask me what diabolical is, I'm like, bro, smacking someone in the balls repeatedly with a rope is diabolical.
It's a very well earned. It's a good balance, isn't it? Because like his crime isn't that severe. Like he doesn't want to blow up the world or take over the world or like rob like Goldfingers is like rob the biggest bank in the United States or whatever. He's like, I'm committing international fraud, but then he just pulls out this rope and starts whipping Bond's bollocks, and you're like, oh, okay, this is a Bond villain. Very nice.
I think
I like it.
And tries to make 9/11 too, and he ends up like performing cock and balls. That's the movie.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, I mean,
I like that Casino
me
Royale we look back on it and we're like, yeah, classic Bond, but at the time it must have been so risky because I was doing a bit of reading, a reaction to Craig being picked, and there was some controversy. They thought he wasn't charming enough, they thought he wasn't good looking enough to do Bond, and he's turned in now 5 films later, or it's going to be 5, as a very solid, if not one of the best Bonds in my opinion.
definitely one of those iconic.
Yeah, it really.
Just because he actually does have a character that isn't just I'm a spy and I kill people.
Yeah, and it's very subtle as well, very subtle and nuanced performance.
Yeah, and even though those sort of consistencies have been challenged through films like Spectre and Skyfall, I don't really. That doesn't bother me that much in Skyfall. I think in Spectre, it just like his character just kind of does go a bit loopy, but. You hear a bit of complaining about Spectre being like, oh, doesn't fit with it, it's taking it in the wrong direction too quick, or all that bullshit. It's like, well, Skyfall, I think it's great.
I think Spectre comes from too many fingers in the pie.
It does, it does.
Too much studio interference, but
Quantum of Solace is neither great,
good nor bad.
It's fine. It's all right. It's a 6 out of 10. But people shit on it too much. It's not that bad. You know what I mean?
For me, I can't watch it purely because of the visual. But I agree, it's not awful. It's a fine Bond film. It's got a good villain as well. What's the little? He's in the Grand Budapest. His name escapes Matthias something. He's excellent as that little like oil baron. I think that's a very underrated Bond film. The Bond villain, anyway. But I think it's immensely positive that this film, I'm reading now, was the highest grossing James Bond film until Skyfall. So it's good to hear that those 2 films they did so well and they're great films. They're not just like, oh, they earned $1 billion but they suck. Or do you know what I mean? Like because that is a trend in recent cinemas. Not the best films make the most money. So hopefully this new Bond, which I'm very excited for, will be a worthy finisher.
Yeah, I mean, this again. Yeah, moving into the new Bond, I'm just like, it's the make or break one, really. If it's shit, then it's killed it.
Well, he's either getting 3 meh Bonds and 2 good, or 3 good and 2 meh, isn't he? So it is literally, as you say, the tip up thing. Whether he's
if it follows the pattern, good bad. This will be good, right?
I hope so.
But I think where this film is important is in its stunt work, in terms of how that's kind of been normalized it. And Bourne films do the same stuff. I agree. The Bourne films have great stunt work in them. I feel like this is presented in a more mature way than the Bourne films, and the Bourne films are a bit, especially when you get into like the second and third one, they just get tedious.
What? I disagree. I'd agree that the first Bond film is less mature than, the Bond stuff.
I
that
cannot watch the second Bourne film. Is unbearable.
it is my least favorite of the three. But I'd say Bourne Ultimatum is an exceptional spy.
I like the first half of it. I like the first half of Bourne Ultimatum, and the Bourne Identity is like I like the second half of it. You know.
I can dig that. Fair enough.
But then there's the second one, and then there's the first half of the first one, and the second half of the third one. It's just like I like bits of them, but like this is a more concise thing. James Bond is a recognisable thing for me.
Yeah. I think because it's such a classic British staple.
Yeah, I
enjoy
identifying with it, and kind of I don't know. It feels more like you can just connect with it because it's well established, whereas Bourne is just kind of like, why should I don't really have a reason to care about Jason Bourne in any of those films. I don't know, like I literally don't even remember like any bits of kind of like emotional or
Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
Exactly.
That one did not happen and does not count.
What about the Bourne Legacy with Jeremy Renner?
That one is fine, but it shouldn't have had the Bourne stamp on it. They only put it on there for marketing. So fine.
That was Beta Wind River.
Yes.
Bruh.
Not bad.
Jeremy Renner in Snow with Gun.
Also, we have talked about the Bond, the next Bond, so I'll just try and steer it back to Casino Royale. But finally, first time Zimmer has done a Bond score.
Oh.
Which is something to be excited about if he puts in a good one. So
if he doesn't do an amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, no. Do you know what I mean? One for the money, one for the art. So hopefully, he turns in at one of his amazing scores for a Bond film, because that will be so kino.
I mean,
stars are aligning. Good soundtrack, good director, good villain, great Craig performance. Hopefully, good action. Could be good.
I want another scene. I don't. It doesn't have to be Casino related, but like I want another scene like the poker scenes in Casino Royale. The reason why Casino Royale works better, the reason it's my favourite over them all, is one because of the stunt work setting that sort of new ground benchmark. Obviously, the start scene in Africa. That's like, I mean, now every day you watch your John Wick, your Mission Impossible, like the later ones, the new ones, the Regulation and stuff.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible obviously pushes stuff a little bit further, but more recently, who's the guy that directs the new Mission Impossible ones, the Rogue Nation and stuff?
Oh, Christopher McQuarrie.
Yeah, like the practical fighting stuff in it, especially in Fallout, is very reminiscent of the Bourne Identity and Casino Royale. I think it kind of does hark back to that because it's not like CGI. Smashing things or whatever, or breaking shit. It's like, it is an actual choreographed thing, and obviously there's a lot of choreography in the Bourne films and Casino Royale. But I think Casino Royale, again, you can actually see what's going on, unlike in the Bourne films.
Yeah.
There was never a point where I was confused by what was happening during the action scenes. Like, I could, map out in my head, okay, this is going here, this is going there. I can see where this guy's coming in, and so on and so forth. It made sense,
There are points in the Bond films in which Paul Greengrass decides to put like a 200mm telephoto lens and then just fucking hold it with his hands.
No, Casino Royale's action is shot with amazing clarity, and it's a different action style to George Miller's Mad Max films, but it's similar in the sense of how clear it is to follow.
It's very shot. You can see the scope of it, like with the crane jumping and shit. Like it's actually a very far away shot.
Yeah.
But it gives you enough to see the gap between the two. Because what they could have done is have shaky camera following James Bond and he jumped to the other crane, but you don't get to see the gap between the two cranes. And it's weird how a lot of films miss out on those really simple bits, like showing the actual stakes of that jump, like how far away those two cranes would be.
Yeah.
Even like the stakes.
That bit of information has more of an effect than a lot of people would think, and that kind of shit just gets overlooked. To be honest, in terms of just having clear action scenes, a lot of it is just common sense, like not overdoing it.
Yeah.
A lot of action overdoes it. And what you can take away, at least from the Bourne films, if, I know the shaky cam and stuff, but you can say that they knew what they were doing with the action scenes. Like there was a plan. A lot of A lot of action films feel like there's not much of a plan with the action. It's just kind of shots of people running or shooting or punching.
Yeah.
It's just cut together.
There's
Like,
no there's no
defense jump.
there's no action building in the sense that they establish a location
Yeah.
and then it builds and builds and builds until
You want to see the environment that they're fighting in as well, because
Yeah.
you want to be able to see, what could they use in that environment. That's what, like, I think a good example of establishing an environment is John Wick 2, with the mirror thing. Like I believe that I think they visit it earlier in the film. I'm not sure, but the way they establish sort of the scale of the sort of mirror art exhibition they fight in, it's really well done because they don't start fighting in it immediately.
Yeah.
Like there is time for you to take it in, and loads of the best action lets you take that location before things start again, just building it, because then the action has a more satisfying conclusion. And on top of that, I want the new Bond to have really good tense scenes of Bond facing off with the bad guy where he's just out of his reach, a lot like the poker scenes, right? Like this international like criminal is on the other side of the table and he can't do anything about it.
Well, it's a lot like Skyfall as well, where he faces Silver, where they're just sitting and talking to each other.
Yeah, and I love that stuff, and I think I like Skyfall for that. But there's something about the sort of casino and the way that they keep trying to one up each other with the poker game, and both of them keep thinking they're winning, and then obviously James Bond always comes out on top.
Yeah.
But like, it's just so cool the way that they use the game. I think it's really clever as well because obviously poker's. Well, it's a simple enough game, but like to engineer the scene around a game of poker to make it make sense, and for it to build properly like a game of poker, I can imagine that would take quite a bit of thinking into consideration.
Yeah, it's like a microcosm for the actual film's
yeah
drama, like the characters.
It's really weird.
Yeah. It's really well done.
It lays it out sort of in plain English. And then you kind of grasp onto that, like, oh, will they meet at the casino table again after? Because like James Bond like changed his shit like 3 times. He like goes off and he comes back, he does some bullshit, comes back to the table. And he's like, oh, I gotta do more bullshit. Goes back to it's just like, it's just great.
He's a fast healer, he is.
Yeah, he's just great. And I love the casino vibe, and just the colouring, like just the set dressing that they did with the Casino Royale. It just looked brilliant. And it feels classic enough for you to be able to sort of etch on with it. I think that's another thing with the Bourne films is that they don't have like they are very modern. Like in terms of the Bourne when they came out, they're very modern. They are like gritty 2000s. But like James Bond's Casino Royale has that sort of like glamour to it. The sort of bow tie, and when you see like Daniel Craig in like the bow tie and suit, they let you have that kind of like moment as well because they don't. That's when they sort of first show him in the Casino Royale. They wait until Casino Royale to show you in his sort of like full attire. It's like right.
Classic, isn't it? Yeah. Classic stuff.
Yeah, I just think it's just sharp and. It's one of those films where it's like it has flaws, but it's like an instant classic. It's like you can't miss it. You can't just like not have seen Casino Royale.
Yeah, it's definitely an unmissable film.
Much like I would say the same for the Bourne Identity.
No, stop, Ben.
Another guest. I would say definitely 100%. The first Bourne film is again like another benchmark. Classic. Again in the 2010s, I'd say the first John Wick film is another sort of step forward, another benchmark, and then
Mad Max,
and then late Mad Max Fury Road, and then obviously in the late 2010s we've got Mission Impossible Fallout. And I want to know what that next benchmark's going to be. Will this next Bond film do the benchmark again? I don't think it could.
No,
I think it set a second benchmark, but
I see it more as a cap to what's come before, and then because we start again with a new Bond, a new director, a new vision. It can be whatever the hell the future holds. And then obviously they're doing a back-to-back Mission Impossible 7 and 8, aren't they? They're shooting over all together.
Are they?
Yes, that's for 2021 and 2022, I believe, and the same director and everything. So again, I think that'll be a finisher to that kind of.
It's in safe hands, man.
Yes, the world is in safe hands. So yeah, if I have a quick little 5-minute thing to discuss, if that's okay with
That's
Tana
cool.
and everyone,
That's-
yeah.
Yeah,
that's fine.
sure.
It literally just follows on from talking about action corner pieces. More exciting news about Denis Villeneuve's Dune.
Ooh.
In that reportedly, some people were given a chance to see footage, and the trailer is apparently dropping very, very soon. And the footage is first looked. Now we're trying not to get on the hype train, or at least I am. But apparently, they said it will make a lot of fans cry and get goosebumps. And one critic said from what we've seen, I think it will blow people away like Lord of the Rings did and Star Wars, the original. Like, so we could have another, like, a new classic in the making of a big box office hit.
That's
I trust Denis Villeneuve with that.
Yeah, like Avatar, but good and with substance. So I'm very excited for it. And so yeah, trailer soon. So we should keep an eye on that.
Have they confirmed
discussion.
the director of photography? Is it Roger Deakins or not?
Yeah. I believe it's Deakins. Let me have a look.
Yeah, it is Deakins.
Yeah. Oh no, it's Greg Fraser,
Uh-oh.
who did. No, to be fair, he has a good portfolio. He's got Rogue One, which is a good looking film.
Yeah, it is actually.
Zero Doc 30 is a good looking film. Foxcatcher, good looking film. So yeah, he's probably getting better and better. I believe he's quite a young. Yeah, he's 44, which for a major DP is very young.
Yeah.
He'll do fine.
Let's hope, because it's Villeneuve's first film without Deakins since Incendies, I believe.
Really? Did he do it? Oh wait, no, Incendies wasn't the Deakins, was it?
Yeah, no, since Incendies.
Did Deakins do Enemy?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's why the opening scene with all the weird spider shit's like yellow, because Roger Deakins is like, I need yellow.
Joe, Enemy is not Roger Deakins.
Isn't it?
It's
I swear it was.
Nicholas Bordeaux.
Fuck off! I swear it's Roger Deakins.
But you're not far off. It is from Prisoners On.
Yeah.
So, which was the same year.
Prisoners. What a fucking privilege it must have been to shoot Prisoners.
It is a Source film. That film is Source.
Again, that's one of those films, like, it's just a classic, instant classic.
I think in 20 years people will still be watching and talking about Prisoners.
Same with Whiplash. You know, Whiplash is another one that comes to mind when it's
Time is a sieve, and in 20 years, however many films have been rewarded or hated or loved or
Green Book! It's a classic.
But that's what I mean. In 20 years, we will be only talking about a fifth of all the films people have said have great in the last 10 years, and we will see what really has stuck in the general psyche.
I'm excited to see what does stick over the next 10 years.
Yeah, I'd agree. Whiplash is already in there, and as I'd say for Mad Max Fury Road and Prisoners, most of Villeneuve's film I think will stick because he's a very talented director. Anyway, that's my bit. I just wanted to update you on that.
Cool.
Very
That's
exciting.
cool.
Apparently, all the cast look amazing. Villeneuve is apparently he might have filmed the unfilmable, and the sets look great. And I think one critic used the phrase, the style is like gritty kind of realism with surrealist imagery, with like the big worms from Dune and stuff. So we're in for a treat, folks.
It's not using H.R. Geiger's original work, is it?
No, that was commissioned of Jodorowsky's Dune, which was never made, unfortunately. But Villeneuve's he's doing his own thing. But I'm excited to see that as well.
Fair enough. There's something about H.R. Geiger that his shit's fucking weird. You know?
Alien slaps, man.
Yeah,
It's just perfect.
It's just unique. I'd have really liked to see Jodorowsky's Dune come to. I mean, I guess everyone would really.
Yeah, it's an excellent documentary.
Yeah, it is. It is a good one actually. That documentary. But like, it's just. I don't know the intricacies of it. I can imagine only someone like. I think Villeneuve's earned it, to be honest. That just stint of Enemy, Prisoners, Arrival,
Sicario. Blade Runner 2049.
Blade Runner 2049, and then it's just like that is just insane. And then you just go and fucking just like, yeah, okay, well, he's like, look at what I've done. Please let me make Dune.
It'll be. He has confirmed he's splitting it into 1 and 2 now. So Dune 1 and 2 because it's so massive. But if he can top Blade Runner 2049, Dune will definitely be the crown of his career. Like he won't. If it's above 2049, he'll never make any better. I highly doubt it. Like June seems like an inevitable peak for his work. Like it just because it's the zenith.
Even if he comes out with like more prisoners level films after, I wouldn't even give a shit. Like that's still insanely high levels.
He wants to do a Bond.
Oh mate.
Expressed interest. He said he was busy with June, well, because they offered him this one, I believe, and he said he's busy with June, so we could have a Villeneuve Bond down them.
That'd be great.
That'd be.
I trust him in the hands of like a franchise film.
I trust him. I trust him with my child, if I had one.
Bro, Denis Villeneuve's Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah, it's called June.
No,
We're getting it in November.
No, but like he actually like has to do like Star Wars. It'd be really funny.
No, because he'd be bullied by Disney execs and then just cry.
He does like a based Star Wars drama.
I'd love that, but he'd never get away with that with Disney property, and Disney sucked the soul out of everything they touch.
I don't think they're gonna like that.
Yeah, well Ben, again, Disney.
You're listening to us right now, there.
Disney Plus, buy now, coming soon to
We
the
love
UK.
Disney Plus.
We love it.
24th of March. 24th of March.
Villeneuve, never heard of him. Sounds like a Disney villain in the new Disney Plus service with all your classic favourites like Lady and the Tramp, Lady and the Tramp 2, The Little Mermaid 2,
Oh
Mulan,
my god, they made the live action Lady and the Tramp, didn't they?
which no one saw. I mean, everyone's.
I kinda just want to see like how, because the trailer was that was horrifying.
It was literally the reviews are, eh?
Yeah, but they're
Like, that was
like
it. They were just
real
like, eh?
dogs, and then they turn into CG dogs like in the next cut.
I'm pretty sure they're entirely CG dogs. Like they didn't even bother.
No. There's some shots where they're just like normal dogs.
Good. They should have shot the whole thing like that and then done a cats and dogs CGI math. It's a tried and tested formula.
But Disney Plus is cool because it has infant Star Wars character in it. So think of that what you will.
To be fair, I love Star Wars.
To be fair, I do love Star Wars.
Luke, do you love Star Wars?
Yeah, I love it more
Tyler,
than
do you
most
love
things.
Star Wars?
I'm paid to say yes.
Good. That's all we need to know.
My lawyers have told me
Awesome.
at the time to comment yes.
Next time on Star Wars Cast.
Indeed.
Wait, is it over?
Whose pick is it now?
Well, Luke, would you be cool to join us next week if you pick a film?
Happy to do that.
So yeah,
Sure.
you pick a piece of media, preferably a film, and we all go away and watch it, and then we talk about it, and you lead the discussion. So have you got anything in mind that you'd like to pick off the top of your head?
Yeah. The Yellow Submarine, the Beatles movie.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
let's go.
What, Richard Ayoade's film?
I want to do. It's the George Dunning, Yellow Submarine.
Yeah,
Beatles movie.
the animated film.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Highly Kino of the finest
Okay.
quality.
All right.
I've never seen this movie. I think it would be a great topic for
How
discussion.
accessible is it?
Lots of clips on YouTube, but the whole movie you're probably gonna have to watch it. I wouldn't expect to find it in like HMV.
All right.
Good luck finding that. Good luck watching it.
Could you suggest an alternative just in case it's
We
just-
can't find it. We will shoot for Yellow Submarine.
Yeah,
I-
of course we will.
I've always wanted to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't think of anything else. I didn't think of a backup. If you can give me like 5 minutes, and I'll try and find something that doesn't have
Alright,
John Lemon in it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I drew John Lemon today.
You drew him.
Yeah.
That sounds
Put
magnificent.
too. I probably shouldn't be doing that, but
Do you know
it's
what?
fine.
He would have loved it.
He really would have appreciated like the subtlety and the majesty of the joke. Joe, I want you to who's editing this? Who's editing this?
Tyler.
Tyler.
Please put my drawing of John Lemon on the screen now for our YouTube listeners out there.
It must be.
If you didn't
incredible.
put it on screen, I'm gonna look like a fucking piece of shit asshole. I'm gonna look like an idiot.
If it's not on screen, it will be in the top comment in the description. Just a link to like a fucking
Yeah.
Google Images.
Imager, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
an audiovisual podcast.
I think that's a natural and healthy conclusion to this week's STUFFCAST.
Well, I'm excited
new
to
film.
come back next week and talk about whatever Kino has happened.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that we will find more things to discuss midway.
Yeah.
Or will we? maybe I'm a liar.
They say a week is a long time in politics, but it's
they-
an even longer one in film.
They say that I'm on fire like the pants of a liar.
Oh, good. That's a good callback. Excellent. I like that. You get points for that.
Oh god, wasn't Yellow Submarine the one that Ringo Starr made? Basically.
What, the song?
Yeah.
It's sung by Ringo, but it's actually written by Lennon McCartney. He
Yeah, but-
wrote.
Yeah, but Ringo's an insane person.
No, he is. He's fantastically insane.
He was always drawn with like a big nose whenever he's animated.
It's because he has a big nose.
You know it's Ringo because he's got the big triangle nose.
In addition, he did write the very similar Octopus's Garden, which absolutely slaps. It is a marvelous song. 'Cause
Everyone
Ringo
always
Starr
gives Ringo
is
credit.
insane.
I love Ringo.
I love
Love him
Ringo.
good.
Not as much as the other ones, but
You, to be fair, Luke, I feel like you relate to Ringo a lot more.
Oh, I do. I really do. He's probably my favorite Beatle. If you don't like that, you can fucking stop it.
He's my favourite Beatle too, because he
Ooh.
didn't beat his wife.
Mine's the one from Bug's Life.
Oh!
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah. Wait.
P.T. Flea.
Wait a minute.
P.T. Flea.
The ladybug actually, right, fuck that. That confused me like so hard when I was a kid.
And that's why you're confused now.
Joe Pesci. If Joe Pesci was a feminine bug,
I'm looking at some screenshots of the Yellow Submarine right now.
it's very artistic.
It's fucking terrifying.
I'm so excited. Just literally watch like 2 minutes around YouTube. The actual, it's amazing.
Alright, well, I think that's where we'll leave it today. Thank you very much for listening.
I gotta say,
It's
been a pleasure being on.
Pleasure to have you with us, Luke.
We'll have you
I
on,
can't wait to come
obviously.
back next week.
Next week we will return to discuss the Yellow Submarine.
Maybe
And,
more, come back more than once.
and maybe Luke will become a permanent fixture. Who
Who
knows?
knows?
I mean, I can't.
Only time will tell.
Well, see you
I
next time,
don't
guys.
go headquarters all that often, but if you invite me, I'll surely come. Probably.
Hell yeah, bitch.
See you next time, Kino heads. Bye bye for now.